Hello. Aren't these Cupid Bites just the cutest little things you've ever seen? Want to learn how to make them? Keep watching. Hey everyone, it's April, and thanks for stopping by my channel, My Crazy Creative Life. Are y'all ready for day 2? I am. Today, what we're going to be fixing, it's called Cupid Bites, and they are so cute. They are a shortbread cookie, and I love cookies, and this recipe just seems really simple and fast and easy. And like yesterday's recipe, you may already have everything on hand. I did. I didn't have to go out and buy anything for this recipe. But before I continue with this, I went back and I left the fudge from yesterday. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link it down in the description, my video from yesterday. But it was day 1 of the Valentines, the 14 Days of Valentines. So go back and watch that video and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I put it in the fridge overnight, and it's fudge. I mean, what can I say? It's not wet looking like it was yesterday before I put it in the fridge. It's, I'm pressing on it. It's thick, it's firm, it's just good fudge. So, and I think I can taste the cherry just a little bit more today since it has set overnight. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Sorry, I had to wipe my hand off. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, I said we're doing little bitty cookies, and this is the picture on Pinterest. Isn't that so cute? So we're going to make those. They are called Cupid Bites. And let me put my glasses on because I can't see. Well, his glasses. So it is, it's on Pinterest. And of course, I will put that down in the description box so that way you can go to her channel and look at her recipe. But also she has a website, and it's called seededathethetable.com. seededathethetable.com. So with these recipes, I wanted to make this clear too. With these recipes, anything that I find online, on Pinterest, wherever, I will not leave a written instruction down in the comments below. And the reason being, I feel like this is not my recipe. I did not create this recipe. She created this recipe. So I would prefer that you go to her website and, pin this recipe. That way it kind of gives her some love. And then if you want to print it, then you can have it out on hand. But I will, while we're going through it, I'll kind of pop up on the video the ingredients that I'm using. But as far as an actual written recipe, I will not leave that in the description box. So I just wanted to make that clear. All right, so let's get started. Like I said, it's going to be easy ingredients. It just calls for 1 1/4 cups of flour, a stick of unsalted butter, a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, vanilla extract or almond extract, and I will use both because I like vanilla and almond extract in my baked cookies or cakes and that type of thing. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then the little nonpareils, and of course I've got Valentine colors. So I will put my apron on and I will get everything ready, and I will be back. With your 1 stick of butter that's room temperature, you want it soft where it can leave a dent in. So we'll start off with that. And you want to start off by creaming your butter and just basically beating it. And I don't feel like getting my big mixer out, so I'm just going to use my hand mixer. And I will pause the video so it won't be so hard on your ear. Okay, you just kind of want to whip it up till it lightens in color. I mean, it's still in my beaters, but that's okay. And then add your 1/4 cup sugar and continue beating the sugar or creaming the sugar and the butter together. Once you have your butter and your sugar creamed together, then you want to sift in your 1 1/4 cup of flour and your 4th teaspoon of salt. And mix that up. Okay, as you see, it looks kind of dry, and I don't even have it completely mixed up with my beaters. I'm going to go in here gently and try to scrape some of that down. But with cookies, you don't want to overbeat or over mix your cookie dough. Okay. Now I'm going to add the 4th teaspoon of vanilla and 4th teaspoon of almond extract. Gosh, I love the smell of almond extract. And like I told you last night, to me it tastes and it smells like cherries. Okay, I'm going to blend just a little bit more, and then we'll add our nonpareils in. Okay, she calls for 4 tablespoons of the nonpareils. These, sorry it's blurry. But I'm going to just throw it in my cup that I got my flour out with. That way I'm not wasting a lot of dishes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, I just wanted to show you this. It's okay for it to look dry, crumbly, like it's not even put together. That's fine. That's actually when it will come together as we stir a little bit more and we put it in a pan. And I'll show you that here in a second. But this is what helps give it that, almost like you're eating, I don't want to say sand, but that real light texture. All right. Now, if it's a smidgen too dry, and this might be just a smidgen too dry, it all depends on the weather too, how anything performs when it comes to baked goods. She said you can add just a little bit of water, like about a tablespoon at a time, until you get it to the consistency you want, but you don't want it completely wet. Thing about that, it's kind of causes the nonpareils to run a little bit. That's a little bit more like it, and then once we press it down, that will help. Okay, she says to take an 8x8 pan and put parchment paper in it, and then put your cookie dough in here to kind of form it. Get right in there with your hands. And you can feel, when you're pressing this down, you can feel that your dry dough is starting to become more moist when it gets in contact with the other dough. All right, she says to put them on a cutting board and then just cut out your little bitty squares and put them on a baking sheet. But she says these are supposed to be tiny. And preheat your oven to 350 degrees. I forgot to tell you that in the beginning. I can't cut a straight line to save me. I guess it's a good thing I'm a disabled nurse instead of a disabled surgeon. I changed my mind. Instead of trying to move these, I'm going to put this on my cookie sheet and just kind of slide them with the paper still intact, if that makes, because there ain't no sense in trying to move them 2 or 3 different times. So I'll be right back with my cookie sheet. Okay, they obviously aren't going to be as pretty as hers, but this is the first time I've made a lot of these recipes. Is probably going to be the first time I've made any of them. So we're kind of learning together. But like I said, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and then you'll put these in the oven, bake them up roughly about 10 minutes or until they're golden brown. And after that, I shall return. Hey, I wanted to correct something. The temperature that you preheat your oven to is 325, not 350. 325. Okay, let me show you what I'm doing. Because I put them all together and I didn't separate them, they are cooking slower. And at first, but it was just because I was afraid to move them because they were so fragile. I've already had to cook them. I started out cooking them 13 minutes. Then I had to add 4 more minutes, and I'm getting ready to add more time. But they are at least letting me kind of move them now. So I'm just kind of going under and separating them now because they are probably about halfway done. And then, but see, the bottoms still aren't even brown yet. See, I just flipped that one over and that's not golden brown. All right, I got them separated real good, and I'm going to probably try for about 3 more minutes. All right, I'm back. The cookies are done, and for the most part, they've pulled off. Okay, let's try this again. Benjamin thinks every time I'm at this counter that he should be getting some food. I think we've got him spoiled, but anyway. So the cookies are out, they are dry. Now, I definitely had to cook them a lot longer than what she recommended. I don't know. In part, it's probably where I clumped them all together first, even though they were scored basically. Well, there was more score. They were actually cut, but they were just still together. But I think that was one reason. And then another reason, I think it's just my stove. I think my stove cooks slow and bowls slow. And I think it's just that stove. But anyway, here's one of the cookies. And you can see it's golden brown. And it's a cute little thing. They rose up quite a bit after they were in their bacon, so they're not as flat as what they look like when I first put them in. But anyway, that's the little Cupid bite. So it's not bad, especially if you like shortbread cookies. It's not bad. I personally like I like the powdered sugar better than the granulated sugar. It makes it more crumbly, I think, even though that was pretty crumbly, but I'm talking about after the fact. But I guess I just like those Mexican wedding cookies where it's powdered sugar and your flour, and then also I think it's the ground up pecans. I'm pretty sure it's pecans. I don't think it's walnuts. And I really like those cookies. I made at Christmas. They were called snowballs, so I made some of those at Christmas, and they were really good. But this little cookie, it's pretty good. So that's it for today. If you like this series, please tell me. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I have thought about doing something before St. Patrick's Day, and then obviously something before Easter, or leading up to Easter, and just certain holidays. So if you like these series of certain holidays and having me doing snacks for these particular holidays, please let me know in the comments below. If you like my content, go ahead and subscribe. It's not going to hurt anything. Just hit the button, and while I'm telling you right now, while you're thinking about it right now, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you like my crazy video, give me a thumbs up, and then like I said, please leave me a comment. And if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment as well. And I I'm kind of anxious to see what happens for day 3. I hope you're anxious, and I hope you come back to watch day 3. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye. I thought I'd show you Benjamin. You think you're getting a snack, huh? I'll give you one later. Tell everybody bye. Say bye.